Hey guys, so my name's Damien. I'm a recent graduate of QUT's mechanical engineering degree, and today we're going to be simulating some rockets in spaceflight, right? The workshop spaceflight. They've got 3 activities. The first one is just to shoot up the Atlantis shuttle up into orbit. The second one is the Delta glider, where they get to do some barrel rolls and flips. And then the third one is where they have the Atlantis shuttle coming back into orbit and they have to land it. Throughout the semester, we actually run a number of workshops. One is called Rockets 101, and that's a predecessor of this workshop with a bit more content where we change the rocket itself, some of the parameters around it, and run through a number of experiments. When it came to earlier this year, we noticed Robotronica was coming up, so we thought we'd use the material that we had for our previous Rockets 101 session and make a workshop where students get to come in here and build it. So we built this completely from scratch using Orbiter, which you can download from home to engage students within rockets.
So this is, his name is Franco. He's a NAO robot, N-A-O, originally built by a French company called Aldebaran. But now he's been bought out by a larger Japanese company, SoftBank. You may be familiar with SoftBank. But yeah, he's used in lots of, for demonstrations in like education and lots of things like that. So he has lots of sensors too. He can detect faces or colors. He can sort some balls. He can dance, he can move, he can do lots of things.
Hi. My name's Naomi, so I'm a PhD student here with the Biofabrication and Tissue Morphology group at QUT, and our research focuses on biofabrication, so we're 3D printing body parts. So as an example, we've got our poor friend here that's missing some of his bone, and so we're able to 3D print what we call a scaffold that can be implanted and it will degrade over time, and so what we hope is that we can regenerate bone tissue. So we're doing that not only for bone but also for ears and other body parts. So we hope that we can heal people that have tissue missing.
Okay, so we're just looking at some beautiful slices of preclinical trials in regards to making scaffolds that will help tissue growth in defect sites, hopefully in the future in patients. So essentially we create a scaffold using some kind of synthetic tissue, so synthetic substance like polycarpolactone, for example, and then you want to grow the patient's own cells in that. Afterwards, you want to then insert that new scaffold in with the cells into the defect site so that bone growth and natural growth of the tissue can be restored. We're
Royal Robotics, and we're trying to put appropriate educational robotics tools in high schools everywhere. So at the moment, Lego is being used largely, and we feel that that's a stopgap solution. And we want to replace that with something closer to an industrial robot. So today we've got about a dozen of our Orion 5 robotic arms, and they're actually a module for our main product, the Proteus robotic platform. Everything's done in Python, industrial languages, it's pretty open sourced. The impact that I'm hoping to have is that when my son grows up, and he's 3 currently, and he has German friends or American friends as I do, he's learning with the same level of tools that they are.
So I'm Stephen Martin from Robowars Australia. Robowars is Australia's combat robotics group, and here behind me we have the pits of our event at Robotronica today. We've had a full day of carnage already, and this is our second day working towards the finals. So after this, one of these robots will be crowned the Australian champion.
I'm Leo. I'm about halfway through a PhD now, so I'm working mostly on perception for robots, so make them see around. And so the main robot I'm interested in is Bruce here. So Bruce is a search and rescue robot. So it's pretty much an autonomous boat that can drive around in open ocean and can avoid obstacles and recognize obstacles as well, perform a whole bunch of tasks. And so I'm working mostly on the perception side on Bruce, mapping the environment, planning a path and things like that. So Bruce is could have a lot of applications. So right now the platform is ready to take pretty much anything from water sampling or underwater inspection with a submarine. So we did that actually last year. So we had a submarine dropping down and inspecting pipelines and things like that. firefighter situation. We had like a sort of a cannon shooting at a target, so we could actually put like a water jet shooting at a fire, some things like that. And yeah, water collections and search and rescue, so it could go in open ocean, plan a path, and really look for people and things like that. So there's plenty of applications. Really, it's just ready to go.
Hi, I'm Barry Clark. This is the QUT marine robot. It is a completely automated drone robot that goes around the Great Barrier Reef and poisons crown of thorns. It uses a image processor to recognize them, so it will only inject a crown of thorns. If it's anything else, it just won't. It's got an 8-hour battery life. It can eject upwards of 200 starfish in one trip without having to return. At the moment, there's only just this one. So this one normally is up on the Great Barrier Reef, cleaning out the oceans currently. But next year, I think they plan on making 5 of the new model and implementing those to see how a larger scale project would work.
So I'm Yuxi Leitner. I'm a research fellow at the Australian Centre for Robotic Vision, which is headquartered here at QUT in Brisbane. And I'm also team leader for Cartman. Cartman is our picking robot that entered in the Amazon Robotics Challenge this year, and it beat 15 other teams, so it got home with $8,000 of prize money. That's good. So I think automation and robotics has been a big part of our society already for the last 50 or so years. So we've done industrial robots, like, all your cameras, phones and stuff is built by robots. But I think one thing that is happening and will happen with technology like this is to pick more and more a diverse range of objects, not just like one thing and repeat that over and over again, but actually pick a lot of different things over and over again. So help with automation, help with optimization, from agriculture, which is sort of the range over there, picking fruits, which are all basically the same fruit, but every fruit is slightly different. So how do you reason about that? How do you, as a robot, decide which is actually a good fruit to pick and which one is not?
I'm Rowan Smith. I'm a research assistant for the Australian Centre for Robotic Vision here at QUT. So today we've got Baxter handing out water bottles. Baxter is a 2-armed research and industrial collaborative robot. So he's really safe to be around. That's his really big selling point. I would have no problem walking into his workspace and doing something in there. If he hits me, then he'll just immediately stop and won't hurt me at all.
Hello, I'm Pepper. Me too. Hello. I'm a social robot from Softhin Robotics. Me and my friends are with the Australian Centre for Robotic Vision here at QUT. We are learning to see and understand the world. We are very popular robots.
So the robot's using its camera and trying to keep me at a certain distance from it, using its cameras as well.